Brought to you by Penguin. Critical Role, Bell's Hells by Cassandra Khaw. Read by Grada Lyle, Marisha Ray, Laura Bailey, and Robbie Damon.
For Everett. Act 1. Once there was a farm girl who was meant for great things, although she would not know it for a very long time. She was not a very beautiful girl. Her skin was not fair, her voice was not sweet, and her hair was the color of an old grackel's wing. The farm girl was kind, however. She was dutiful and diligent, too. She was the last to leave the fields each day, but always the first to arrive. For this, her parents were grateful. A bride didn't need to be beautiful if she could be depended on, and the farm girl was very dependable. For 18 years, she lived with her parents, happy in their cottage. She would have lived there until she was a very old woman, had it not been for the noblewoman who came looking to buy a son. "But why would you want to buy a son?" asked the girl's father, who dreamt sometimes of having so much food in the larder he could forget what famine was like. "Because I am old," said the noblewoman, although her hair was the black of night itself, "and because I have no children to give my riches to." "Would you buy a daughter instead?" asked the girl's mother, who dreamt sometimes of what it might be like to have gems dripping from her ears and gold at her neck. "A daughter," said the noblewoman. "Perhaps." And so the farm girl was brought to the noblewoman, who looked at her like something long lost and then found. "Will you be my daughter?" asked the noblewoman. "But I have parents already," said the farm girl. "They told me I could buy you, my darling girl, and make you my own. But I will not claim you unless you give yourself away." The farm girl, who dreamt often of being a bride, of having a husband wealthy and kind, of having enough money to promise her mother jewels and her father a future where food was as plentiful as her love, asked the noblewoman, "What will you give my parents if I let you take me away?" "What do you think your price should be?" said the noblewoman. "What they deserve," said the farm girl. "What they want and more." "Oh, we can do that," said the noblewoman. And so the noblewoman bade the farm girl to wait outside the home in which the farm girl was born, and the home in which the farm girl thought she would die. In the dark stood a carriage of blanched white oak and 2 pale horses with eyes like smoke. Because she was dutiful, the farm girl did as she was told. Because she was young, the farm girl asked no questions when the noblewoman emerged an hour later, silent, smiling, satisfied. The two rode away then, daughter and mother. Neither spoke about what was left behind. Not the farm girl's life, nor the house growing cold, nor the bodies there, one drowned in bright metals, the other in stew. Prologue. At 20, Matilda Bradbury still felt like a child. This was a problem. When she had been a young girl, her mother had assured her that life paralleled the year's seasons, that each person would live a tumultuous spring, then a calmer summer, then an autumn rich in the harvests of all the good deeds sown, before finally a winter of perfect sagaciousness, where there would be grandchildren and long naps and petitioners coming from far and wide, asking for the wisdom gathered from those warmer times. For a while, that story brought Matilda comfort. Except she was increasingly convinced.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?